Bite Show, hosted by me! And today I will be drafting in a 10-team standard mock draft to show you what you should do if you are at the position number 5 or anywhere near it. And we are on the big screen as this draft just got going. And as you can see, I am pick number 5. And at pick number 5, if you can, you would take Alvin Kamara at pick number 5, but usually he goes in the first 4 picks. So you would rather have a top 4 pick. But 5 is still just as good because you can still get Melvin Gordon most of the time. And the reason I wouldn't pick Le'Veon Bell over Melvin Gordon, even though Le'Veon Bell is great, is because he's never dealt with an offensive line that's not as good as the Steelers' offensive line is. And it's a new team. He's taken a year off, so I trust Melvin Gordon more than Le'Veon Bell for my upcoming pick. And as you can see, Saquon Barkley went first. And as I explained in my other videos, Alvin Kamara, I would rather go, you would rather have number 1. But of course, these videos aren't really about first rounders. They're more about depth and who you want as your deep players, because depth is all that matters in this game. I mean, if you don't have depth, then if a guy has a bye week or your starter gets injured, you're done. So, that's what these videos are mostly about. They're not for just first rounders, so stay tuned for the rest of the rounds, and I'll see you in just a second. And here we are, just about to be up as this person gets auto-picked, which would make him draft Christian McCaffrey. So we are going to be up, and the guy I wanted as this 5th pick, Melvin Gordon, is still there, and we are going to pick him right here. And here we are, 2nd round, and I am up. And we are looking at all positions here. You can take a wide receiver or running back in this situation. And you would want James Conner here, but as you can see, he went a couple picks earlier than I wanted him to. And we're going to look here. And the 2 guys I really like out of this list of Tyreek Hill, I'm not sure about Tyreek Hill. He still could get a suspension. Antonio Brown, don't know how he'll adapt to Derek Carr. Joe Mixon, I really don't trust the Bengals this year. Juju Smith-Schuster is one of my guys. I told you in the strategy video. He's one of the guys I'm thinking about right now. Keenan Allen, he's a good pick, but I would rather have Juju Smith-Schuster. And for my running back, Dalvin Cook could definitely have a big season if he stays healthy. So right now, I already got a running back, but running backs are the key to this game. And in my strategy video, I told you how you'd rather have a great running back than great wide receivers. So we're going to take Dalvin Cook in this situation, other than Juju Smith-Schuster. And I am up again, and we look at the all positions here. This is where you kind of want to get a wide receiver, or at least look at the wide receivers. Amari Cooper, I mean, I don't really trust him. I don't trust Dak Prescott very much. Never want a tight end this early from Zach Ertz and George Kittle. Devontae Freeman always gets hurt. Nick Chubb, not too sure about the Browns' offensive line. We look at Julian Edelman, and I hate the Patriots. And I don't know if Tom Brady will be the same this year. Adam Thielen, I don't trust Sam Bradford. So we keep on scrolling down the list. And AJ Green is there. And I know health is a big concern for him. But when he's healthy, he could be top 5 wide receiver. And to take that risk, I think, it's a pretty good calculated risk. So we're going to take him right here. And I'll be back in just a second with our 4th round pick. And we are up again in the 4th round, and we look at the board. And right here is not a bad time to be looking for a 3rd running back, or if you can find one, a stud number 2 wide receiver. And we look at this, and we got Brandon Cooks. I don't really trust Jared Goff this year. I mean, although they had a high-powered offense last year, I'm not sure it will be the same. Josh Jacobs, he's a rookie for the Raiders. I don't trust the Raiders or rookies, so we're not going to pick him this year. Kerryon Johnson of the Lions. Don't really trust the Lions running game at all. They had the worst running game last year, so Not going to pick them. Packers running game is just a joke, so why would you pick Aaron Jones? Stephon Diggs, I don't trust Sam Bradford, like I said in my last clip. We keep on going down because and as you can see, I don't really trust Rams. So we're going to keep on going down a little bit more. And the guy I said in my strategy video that you have to have is Kenny Golladay. The reason why is because Matt Stafford, he's about the only person Matt Stafford has experience with. So we are going to pick Kenny Golladay. We are going to stay with us because the rest of these people are auto picks. So we're just going to wait this one out, and I will be up very shortly. And this is going to turn out great for me in my strategy video. And in my last video on drafting at number 10 position, I told you how Phillip Lindsay is going to have a great year this year, and he's just going to fall right to us. So there's no reason not to pick him. I mean, the Broncos' offensive line is supposed to be better this year. They've drafted some more offensive line people. I think he could do great this year. He had a great year last year. So we're going to go on and draft Phillip Lindsay right here. And we look as I'm up again. And in my strategy video, I told you how Julio Jones gets hurt. And although he is a better receiver than Calvin Ridley would take over his spot for Matt Ryan for their number one wide receiver. So I'm going to take him right here because he's just an amazing player. And the only reason you wouldn't take him right here is say you weren't deep with running backs. Say you needed a third running back, but I already have Lindsay, so this is why I'm not doing this, is because Tariq Cohen is going to go before my next pick, because my next pick is all the way over there. So that's the only reason you wouldn't draft Calvin Ridley in this situation, but I already have 3 running backs, so I'm going to draft him right here. And we are going to stay tuned because the rest of these people are auto drafts. And you see people are just going. Tariq Cohen just went. And the guy I'm going to try to get right here. And he fell to me. My biggest underrated star, I think, this year is going to be Tevin Coleman. This is the time you really want to get a 4th running back after you have 3 good wide receivers. Tevin Coleman, I mean, he's always been overshadowed in Atlanta, and now he's really going to have his chance to shine in San Francisco. And we are going to draft him here, and I will be back momentarily. And we are back on the clock as we look at the top people right now, and this is where you kind of look at the quarterbacks, see how they're going right now. Usually you don't want to draft a quarterback right here, it just depends on where they're all going, and it seems that the quarterback I wanted has been drafted, which shows that, especially because it's Drew Brees and he was projected behind these people, that quarterbacks are going fast in this draft. So we're going to try to land our quarterback in this round right here. And Big Ben, he's getting old, don't know how he's going to perform. Dak Prescott is not very consistent as your starting quarterback, but Russell Wilson has been a consistent stud for the Seahawks, and we are going to take him right here. We are going to stay tuned because the rest of these picks are auto drafts. So we are going to go back to all positions, watch these position players dwindle down, and we are back on the clock. And here you can look at tight ends. And as you see down here, if you can see it, we have 3 wide receivers, 4 running backs. So you want 1 more wide receiver and 1 more running back. So we're going to actually look at running backs and wide receivers right now. And I don't really trust Jordan Howard. He is the only person who really catches my eye here. He is on the Eagles, who have a great offensive line, but we don't know who's going to be starting in Philly because they have a great deal of running backs. Also, then you look at the Nyheim Hines, who's at the top right here. Great running back, but he is the 2nd string for the Colts. Austin Eckler is also a 2nd string to Melvin Gordon, who I own right now, and Jerick McKinnon, who is also for the 49ers, who is believed to be the 2nd string for Tevin Coleman, but of course he's a big believed to be. I mean, we don't know for sure if Tevin Coleman's going to start or he's going to start. So I'm going to draft both of them just to assure that, and then we'll be done with running backs for the rest of the draft. And as you see here, we are back on the clock, and I need one more wide receiver, 2 tight ends, a quarterback, a kicker, and 2 defenses to go. And in this situation, you want to, if your wide receiver that you want is there, which he is, Courtland Sutton, best wide receiver for the Broncos, he's right there. So we are going to draft him right now. And we keep on waiting until my next pick is up. And we are up on the clock, and here's where you want a tight end. And here we are on the tight end board. So we go up, and not who you technically want as your starter, but Eric Ebron is there, and we are going to take him. He is the best tight end there, and he put up big numbers and big touchdowns with Andrew Luck last year, so that's why we are picking him. And as you can see, we are back up in the 12th round. And as you can see, I made a rookie mistake by when I switched over from all positions to quarterbacks. I did not scroll up, and Drew Brees was there, and we got lucky this time, folks. Drew Brees is still there on our next pick, and we are going to pick him as our backup quarterback. And we are just about to be up, and we need a tight end, 2 defenses, and a kicker left to go. And here's where you want to get your backup tight end. So we are going to look at the tight ends right at the second. And Jack Doyle, I don't want the backup for my tight end, who's Eric Ebron. I don't want him. And in all my videos, I've told you the importance of Greg Olsen, how he could have a monster season. So we're just going to pick him, and if you don't realize why I'm picking him, please watch my other strategy video, or when I'm picking at number 10. So that is it for right now. And we are back, and here in the last 3 picks, this is where you want your 2 defenses and 1 kicker. And kickers you always want in the last round. So we're going to look at our defense options right now. You look, it's Bills, Vikings, Saints, Chargers, Patriots, Colts, Broncos, and at the bottom there, Texans. The Bills there, do not trust their management. I don't trust anything of the Bills, so we're not going to take them there. Vikings seem to be scrambling last year, so we're not going to take them either. Saints aren't very known for their defense. They could have a good year, but it's not who you really want. You want somebody who you know is going to be good on defense rather than just guessing. Chargers defense, they're good, but not as good as who's down here, which is the Colts. And Broncos defense. The Colts have Darius Leonard. He's going to put up big points for them. And the reason I'm saying Broncos, who I'm going to try to hope to get in my next pick, is because they got Vic Fangio, who was the Bears' recent defensive coordinator as the Broncos head coach, and he can very much turn that defense around from their terrible year last year. And we're back up, and the Broncos defense is the second best defense there, and the Patriots defense is not very consistent year after year, so we are definitely going to take the Broncos defense. And we are here, and we're looking at the list of kickers because it's the last round, and that's when you get kickers, not any earlier. And we look here, and in my strategy video and my other video of drafting at pick number 10, I explained how Robbie Gould and the 49ers kicking team will do very good, and he will get you a lot of points. So we are going to pick him. And if it weren't him, we would scroll down to, you can't see it anymore, but Jake Elliott, and we're going to just say my team: Russell Wilson, Melvin Gordon, Dalvin Cook, AJ Green, Kenny Golladay, Eric Ebron, Lindsey, Colts defense, Robbie Gould as our kicker, Calvin Ridley, Tevin Coleman, Jerick McKinnon, and we scroll down for the rest. Courtland Sutton, Drew Brees, Greg Olsen, and the Broncos defense. And that's just a stacked team. It's very deep. You open up more trades when you're deep on your bench, and that's a draft that is amazing. This has been The Buddy Show. Thanks for watching. Remember to subscribe, and happy fantasy football.